Alright, hello, dear Microsoft or PlayStation or Nintendo, whoever wants to listen to this idea that I'm going to present. Firstly, though, I'd like to just say that going into a used video game store or electronic store where they sell electronics or DVDs, movies, video games, all that kind of stuff, it's an experience and it shouldn't go away just because, the digital thing is taking over. It's hurting video game stores. There's plenty of videos on GameStop and how they can do better in the industry, and they need to go and figure out what they're going to do so they don't close and stop like being so egotistical. Anyway, that's a whole nother rant. I'm not worried about GameStop, but anyway, a used game. What this says about GameStop, a used game store in general, it can be your mom and pop, the mom and pop shop, or the smaller franchises of video game stores. But GameStop, hopefully they don't go under and they don't close down, but there's just so much controversy with them. It's not what I'm going to go into it now. I'm just saying in general, like, there's nothing like back in the 360 days and even PlayStation 1 videos, the video stores, even video stores still like to sell used games and stuff like that, but there's nothing like picking a case up and looking at it and just reading it and reading the manual. They stopped doing manuals with the Xbox One and PS4, but like there was a few games that did, the under the radar. They kind of threw a manual in there here and there, but for the most part, I don't feel like playing a game by looking at just the art, just the little square picture art on the Xbox. I'm like, okay, I could play this game, but am I really gonna get into it? I don't know anything about it. What is this game? It looks kind of silly. Like, Game Pass. Like, when you're on Game Pass, you know how they can improve Game Pass real quick? This is off topic. They can have it to where it's set up like the Microsoft Store, but instead of doing just little tiles, have it to where you scroll on or you press the down button and up down, the up button and the down button, and as soon as you select which game, have the trailer play right next to it, not on the little thumbnail, but like on the same screen. I don't know. I don't know if I can do any visual aid here, but I'm just saying, like, make people feel like they want to play your game. Don't have it to where it's like just a little tile with the name of the game on it. Like, I don't know anything about the game. Why would I play it? And the only games I ever play are the ones I buy, and or the ones I know something about. Like, but just random games on Game Pass, I don't know a lot of those. I haven't tried PlayStation Now, so apologies for that. But I'm more leaning on I sway more to being an Xbox. I don't know how to word this. I just want to get on with it. Anyway, I'm more of an Xbox fan than I am a PlayStation fan because I like the games better on Xbox. You might say, what games? Well, the games they came out with. I don't like Sea of Thieves, but other than that, all of them were decent to me. And then PlayStation exclusives were okay. I haven't finished them. That's the problem. But I just really like games on Xbox, and I'm hoping that both consoles still remain, and the companies both do well. Anyway, let me go lock my doors in case. Hold on. I just don't want to be distracted while I'm trying to do this video. I'm probably gonna edit a lot of this out. Hopefully I'm not an idiot and forget to. But the point is, used games and physical copies give me a better idea of what I'm going to play. I mean, even new games, but honestly, there is a huge problem with new games. A huge, terrible problem with brand new games. It's freaking September 2020, and if I go to my local store and try to buy a video game, they overprice the crap out of games, so that's why people are just going digital. I don't know if they're purposely trying to just stop physical copies, but there's nothing like putting a game on my shelf, I go over here, I pull it out. Let's see what I got. Hold on, it's stuck together because the stickers from all the used game stores, the stickers, it's sticking together. Alright, I got Metal Gear Revengeance, I think that's what's called. You know, you look at the back, it's got this cool art, shows a few pictures, and yeah, there's all this stupid legal information that they can just put on the inside of the manual, but they throw it on the back of the case for some reason. You know, how about listen? All right, little idea. Why don't they reverse on the opposite side of the regular? They do this with some games. On the opposite side of the cover art, do an alternate cover art that shows only images from what the game looks like. That way, you pull it off your shelf and you're like, oh, what do I want to play today? Or what do I want to play this week, or whatever. Which game do I want to get into? So yeah, I like to just take the physical copy, take the disc out of the case, put it in the Xbox 360, and hit start, and that's it. That's all you have to do. But nowadays, you got to download it. You gotta wait. I mean, depending on your internet, you can wait up to an entire day or multiple days just to install one video game. And you bought that game for a premium price. Even the used price is still like, I want to just play my game. I don't care about. This is the whole point of the video. So, like I said, I don't care about. I don't care as much about the digital format as I do the physical. Because my digital format, I'm just like, I don't even care about the games I have. I don't. And I think that's why there's this epidemic going on where people are just getting straight up bored, and they have a huge backlog of games, and they're just straight up bored with games. It's because of the freaking install times and not looking at the physical copy of the game. When you look at the physical copy of the game, you like it more. It's like, say you get it as a present for Christmas. I mean, what are they gonna have presents now? Is everyone gonna just send each other cards in the mail with the digital codes on them? I mean, the physical copies are better, and I'm glad they're still doing them this generation. I was kind of fearful they weren't. Okay, this gets into the whole point of the video. So you buy a physical copy brand new. Yes, it's gonna be a little bit pricey, but there are certain retailers like Amazon, which is fine. But like stores like Best Buy hardly puts their games down, but sometimes they'll have some specials, sometimes they'll put them down. You know, not everyone buys games brand new right away because they're already playing another game and they want to finish that one first, and then and that's the other problem. Let me write this down. I could just get into it right now. I have everything else written down. Game crash. Okay, oversaturation. Oversaturation on the video game market right now is highly a problem. There needs to be regulations of what's put onto the digital marketplaces, because I'll be honest, I don't play Steam anymore. I don't play it. Steam, I have like more games than I do on console, but I don't play it because, like I said, it's not. I don't feel like playing it. There's no physical thing I can look at and say, okay, this is what the game is. This game looks pretty fun. I'm gonna go play it. Like I'm actually in the mood right now to play the random game I pulled off my shelf, Metal Gear Revengeance, just because I'm looking at it, and it has the art and then it has the pictures on the back. So these digital copies, you got to sit there and wait for it to load up. You got to click on the page. I have just about 2,000 games right now. So I'm going through my list and I'm like, okay, that one, yeah, that one. But there's nothing like holding a physical copy to me, and I believe that's what the problem is, why people are getting bored of video games and not completing them. And part of the not completing is the oversaturation. There's just tons of junk games, just like junky games, like, put together by one person, like say it's a one-person developer. And I'm glad Xbox separated those games. They were called Creators Collection, but they took that feature completely out. So I'm hoping these Creator Collection games do not end up in the same marketplace as regular games. I'm hoping they don't do that with the new store. I don't know how PlayStation does it. I don't know if PlayStation has a indie. Well, that's not really indie. They're not really indie games. They're shovelware. They are asset flips, whatever you want to call them. But it doesn't happen too much on Xbox. But on Steam, there's tons of asset flip games. They opened up that green light program. I thought it was a cool idea, but people started abusing it. Steam doesn't even check like if the game is longer than a minute or it's not an achievement spam game where you get thousands of achievements. Achievements don't mean anything on Steam anymore. Okay, rant over for that part. Now, new rant. Let me get into it. Okay. Digital versus physical copies. Oh no, I pretty much covered the whole thing of that. Use game stream while download. There we go. So you buy a new game and you pop it in. Of course, you know you have to wait for it to install, and then after it installs, gotta wait for the 100 gigabyte update or however big they're gonna be. Who knows if you can put more than one game on a 1 terabyte hard drive on the new console. I mean, you know, 4K games on Xbox One X are big enough, and now it's a whole new console, bigger, better games. The first few games that are coming out aren't going to be on. The first few games that are coming out are going to be on both consoles. I don't know if one generation holds the other back. I believe it does, because it's newer hardware. All you're going to get is a texture upgrade. That's basically all it is, or for a resolution upgrade. They're not going to add any advanced features into the next gen version. And if the hardware isn't, if they say the hardware ain't the problem, we'll make better games then. Because if you go from a Jaguar CPU, which is a tablet, the equivalent of a tablet, you go from that to pretty much a good Ryzen chip, or I think they're using AMD, a really good Ryzen chip that's like competes with PCs. And if you aren't pushing to the limit that CPU and that GPU, why are you even making a video game? I can go on there and pay, $20 for a 4K asset and use a 4K asset. And, creating maps is very simple. To, fill them in it takes forever. It just depends what engine you're using. Anyway, I don't care. If you want to talk about that, leave it in the comments and I'll just rant down there. Anyway, I should have put my pop filter on. You're probably going to hear crappy audio, but you know what? I'm just trying to get this out there. I know probably only 10 people are going to see this, whatever. I just want to get it out into the world, get it out there. It don't matter. So, my idea, I'm just going to put a timestamp right here. Let me write down this timestamp. 12 minutes and 30 seconds. So, alright. I know most people don't watch most videos anyway, like the whole thing. So this is what I want to do. Pop the game in, install it. Yeah, it might be faster with the SSD. It might. I'm hoping it is. I have never installed a physical game onto my SSD on my PC. Plus, I don't have an NVMe. But it goes like this: you pop it in, game doesn't load up. You got the ready to start, but you can only play it for 10 minutes, and then it just, that's all you can do. So, if they had that ready to start thing, they should have done it in sections, in my opinion, instead of just one area of the game, just the first tutorial level, and that's it, and you gotta wait another 5 hours. No, how about you split it up into sections? One is campaign, one is multiplayer, and then one is mini games. I don't know, whatever, you figure it out. Anyway, I'm recording this in mono. Are you serious? Oh great. Anyway, the whole point of it is I want them to allow a stream, and where this fits in with used games, I'll let you know in a minute. Now, when you buy a new game physical, you get a code. Put the code in, you can stream the game while you're downloading it, because they have Xbox game streaming, as you should know. Now with a digital copy, I believe they should do the same exact thing. Because, at least everybody has 100 megabits. And they said the recommended for game streaming is 20 megabits. Something like that. If it is 100, whatever. I mean, if it runs like crap, it runs like crap. And you can't blame Xbox for that, and people will. And if no one calls them out, I'll call them out on it. You gotta realize, if you have crappy internet, you're not gonna be able to do game streaming. And that's maybe is why, but that goes into a whole nother issue of the world. Greedy internet companies and greedy companies, having tiers and limits and all this, and not using fiber at all. Whatever, dude. You know, let's not advance the society at all. Let's just keep letting it just get destroyed. What? Anyway, for a used copy now, you won't have that stream code. It might make people mad, but listen, you're buying a used game at a discounted price. You're kind of ripping off the developers. That's why the developers don't make games like they used to. They're not able to. They don't have much of a passion if they're not making as much money off of the game. Digital is all profit now, so yes, they're making money again. I would have said that would be a problem maybe 10 years or however, 7 years ago. Yeah, I would say that would have been a problem back then, but now, you take the physical media, sell it to the GameStop, make $5, paid $60, but you'll make like $10-15. I don't know why people do it. I have no idea. I like to keep all my games. But the whole point is, I want them to put a system in place to do this, to allow streaming. I'm not even gonna edit this video, the audio, so if you don't like it, I'll just put timestamps in there. You don't want to hear me ranting. But I think this stuff is important. I've wanted to be a creative director on a video game. I wanted to use my mind and use my passions for a lot of the fandoms I'm into. I wanted to use those to create video games, but I'm one person. I can't give my ideas to anybody, because if I give my ideas to people, they'll steal them, they'll make the money off of it. I would have to maybe make a patent on everything, make a patent on all the copyrights on all the stuff I created, but too much work for me right now. I don't have a vehicle, struggling on SSI. But anyway, I think that's about it. I did want to mention that there would probably be a game crash soon. I believe that could be true because of the oversaturation. It just means that, the games aren't gonna be that good, and there's gonna be too many to choose. And like I said, when you have a physical copy in your hand, it's much different. It feels much different than looking at a stupid square box on your screen, and it just shows a picture in the name of the game, and you're like, it looks cartoony. The artwork looks cartoony, or the artwork doesn't have anything interesting on it, so I'm not gonna play this game. Or like, I have Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Syndicate, Origins, Unity. I haven't played any of those all the way through, and it's like, which one do I pick? I don't know. Do I play the old ones and then try to get up to the new ones? Oh, well, I guess you gotta be a diehard Assassin's Creed fan to even play any of the Assassin's Creed games, apparently. Or finish them. You can play them, but I'm talking about finishing them. It's like, games are so large. And that's a good thing, but when you make one a year, it's like, give me time to play other games, and I can't like focus on one thing at once. But I will make myself play Tom Clancy's Wildlands if I didn't turn it off last night because of reasons that I just didn't want to do it. But I'm gonna try to get through that game. A lot of people say it sucks. I thought it was decent. Don't know what I'm gonna do right now though. That's about a 20-minute video, so that should be good enough. If anyone wants to like chop this up and just take my ideas and run with them, you can take my ideas, and I'm not gonna make any money off of the video anyway, so you can take my ideas, tweet them to Microsoft, share them around the community. The best thing you can do is share it to your Twitter, share it to your YouTube post. Just share the video. I don't care about likes and subscribes, whatever. Like, YouTube already figured out that I don't upload very often, so they're gonna blacklist my channel or do whatever. I don't know how it works, but there was that code. If you don't believe me, there was a code found in the script of YouTube that categorizes each channel of how often they upload or what they upload, and they categorize each channel. Basically, putting mainstream channels above the little guy, and that's why I don't even care about YouTube, and I don't care to. I only upload what I want to upload, what I'm feeling. That's it. All right, so 20 minutes. There it is. I'm not gonna chop this video up now because that's a pretty long video to chop up for something that, you know, isn't even going to be seen by many people or even talked about at all. Well, hopefully somebody sees this that can be like, okay, streaming, good idea. We'll stream the game while it downloads. Problem solved. People will love their games again. And like I said, for your library, they need to change what your library looks like and not just these square tiles. PS4 does okay because the square tiles have a bunch of information directly under them, but still the games that you go to install on the PS4, it's just a square box, or square, I don't want to say square box, but it's just a square and it doesn't mean anything. It's just like, cool game. I mean, maybe I'll play it later. You gotta like entice me to play your game. You know, you gotta like care about your own game too, and not make it crappy, and not make it repetitive, and not make it monotonous, and not make it the same exact thing as the last game. Yeah, there you go. Alright, see ya.
I do this for Solus! Caldarius needs more time. Protect the core until his frame is charged.
Embrace.